Last night, you starred in a movie nobody else will ever see. You flew over your childhood house. You had a conversation with someone who's been dead for 10 years. You were being chased down a hallway that kept getting longer. And it felt real, the fear, the joy, all of it real. And then you woke up. And within 20 minutes, most of it was gone. Not faded like an old photo. Gone, like it was deleted. Here's the strange part. Your brain didn't lose that memory by accident. It's built, on purpose, to erase it. Scientists have actually clocked this. On average, people forget about 90% of a dream within the first 10 minutes of waking up. Not over a day. 10 minutes. Try it yourself next time. The second your alarm goes off, that dream is still sitting there, vivid, like a scene you just watched. Get up, brush your teeth, check your phone, and by the time you're pouring coffee, it's a fog. Maybe one image survives. A color. A feeling. The rest? Wiped. Compare that to a regular memory, like what you had for dinner last night. You don't have to fight to hold on to that. It just stays. So why does the brain treat dreams so differently? To understand the forgetting, you first need to understand where dreams come from. Most vivid dreaming happens during a stage of sleep called REM, rapid eye movement. Your eyes are darting around under your eyelids, your brain activity looks almost like you're awake, but your body is essentially paralyzed. That paralysis is important. It's your brain's safety switch, so you don't physically act out whatever wild scenario it's cooking up. During REM, one particular brain chemical goes almost completely silent, norepinephrine. Think of norepinephrine as your brain's save button. It's heavily involved in laying down memories while you're awake. During REM sleep, it drops to some of its lowest levels of the entire day. So your brain is generating an entire sensory experience, sight, sound, emotion, at the exact moment its memory recording system is switched off. It's like filming a movie with the recording light blinking red, but there's no tape in the camera. Here's where it gets even stranger. There's a region deep in your brain called the hippocampus. It's essentially your memory's filing cabinet. It takes short-term experiences and decides which ones get converted into long-term storage. During deep, dreamless sleep, the hippocampus is active and busy, actually strengthening real memories from your day. But during REM sleep, prime dreaming time, the communication between the hippocampus and the front of your brain, the prefrontal cortex, weakens significantly. The prefrontal cortex is your rational control center. It's what makes waking life feel logical and continuous. During dreams, it partially checks out, which is exactly why dream logic is so bizarre. Your dead grandmother can hand you a phone that turns into a fish, and in the moment, you don't question it at all. But that same shutdown means the handoff from happening now to stored forever barely happens. The experience gets generated. It just never gets filed. This is the part that should bother you a little. Your brain isn't broken. It's not failing to save the memory. Many researchers think it's choosing not to. One leading idea is that dreaming isn't about creating memories at all. It's a byproduct of your brain doing overnight maintenance, sorting the day's emotional experiences, testing out neural connections, maybe even rehearsing threats in a safe simulation. The dream is the exhaust from that process, not the point of it. And if dreams aren't meant to be remembered, then holding on to them would actually be a problem. Imagine if every night's surreal, emotionally intense, half-real story stuck around in your memory with the same weight as your actual life. Waking reality would get harder to trust. The line between what happened and what you imagined would blur. So a small amount of forgetting isn't a glitch. It might be what keeps your sense of reality intact. This also explains something you've probably noticed. The dreams you do remember are almost always the ones right before you wake up. If your alarm goes off mid-REM, you catch the dream in progress, before the brain gets the chance to let it dissolve. That's why weekend sleep-ins, where you drift in and out of light sleep near morning, often produce the most memorable dreams. You're waking up closer to the source. It's also why writing a dream down the instant you wake up works. You're racing the clock, trying to hand the memory to your prefrontal cortex manually before the natural fade finishes the job. So every night, your brain builds an entire world for you. Characters, emotion, tension, sometimes joy you haven't felt in years. Then, on purpose, it lets almost all of it go. There's something oddly comforting in that, if you think about it. You get to live 100 lives you'll never remember. Meet people who don't exist. Solve problems that don't matter. Feel things fully, just once, and then let them dissolve. No weight, no consequence, no need to carry it into tomorrow. Maybe that's the real reason dreams feel so strange when you try to describe them the next morning. You're not describing a memory. You're describing the last few seconds of something that was never meant to last. So tonight, when you dream, try to remember just one detail before you get out of bed. Just to prove, for a moment, that it was real.